A word that often associates itself with high school football is tradition. Two high school football teams here in the city of Boston that have developed a new tradition are the Dorchester Bears and the Latin Academy Dragons. Since 2008, these two Dorchester neighborhood rivals have named their annual contest the Mason Cup, after longtime Dorchester High School coach Joe Mason. On Friday, the Bears and Dragons squared off at White Stadium with hopes of taking home the Mason Cup here in 2014. There you see Johnny Mims, starting quarterback for Dorchester. He was their leading rusher last season out of the running back spot. We're going to pick it up in the first quarter. There's Theo Campbell getting the carry for the Bears. Finds the edge, picks up 10 for Dorchester. Later on the drive, the Bears now at the 2. Campbell again getting the carry on the sweep. Finds pay dirt for the Bears as they go up 6-0 early on there in the first quarter. Second quarter now, Latin Academy driving. Dragons try a wide receiver screen. Johnny Mims all over it. 60-yard interception return for a touchdown. He puts the Bears up 12-0 at the half. We're going to fast forward to the third quarter now. Latin Academy opening possession of the third. John T. in the quarterback with a great run to the outside, but at the end of the play here, knocks his head on the ground. He would have to come out of this ball game. He did walk off on his own power, but he had to sit out the rest of the game with that head injury for precaution. Mo Ranford now in at quarterback, and it's Ian Coakley getting the carry for Latin Academy. He gets the ball to the 13-yard line, keeps the drive alive, then it's Coakley. A couple plays later, finding pay dirt for Latin Academy, brings them within 4 at down 12-8. Fourth quarter now, Latin Academy forcing Dorchester with a fourth down, but the Bears run a fake punt, and it's Theo Campbell. Down the sideline, he goes 69 yards for the touchdown run. Dorchester pulls ahead 18-8 there in the third quarter. But Latin Academy not giving up. Mo Ranford inside the 10-yard line, finding Washington there on that pass play. 30-yard connection from Ranford to Washington. And now from the 3, it's Coakley. Again getting the carry, again finding the end zone, his second touchdown of the day. Latin Academy trails just 18-14 with 3 minutes left. Latin Academy now going to try an onside kick, but Dorchester is all over it. They recover it perfectly. The Bears go on to win 18-14, and Dorchester takes home the Mason Cup here in 2014. Let's take a look at the rest of the scores from the weekend. O'Brien edges out New Mission 14-6. Gomez with the go-ahead TD run. Boston English takes down Jeremiah Burke 36-18. Emmanuel Almonte, 262 passing yards and 3 passing touchdowns for Boston English. Also on Friday, West Roxbury losing to Madison Park 28-8. Anthony Kennedy with 196 yards rushing and 3 rushing touchdowns. And Brighton, the nightcap there at White Stadium, Dexter Andrews, another monster game for him. 306 total yards and 3 total touchdowns for the Brighton Bengals. Also on Friday, South Boston with their first win of the season over Charlestown, 42-14. King with 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown for the Southie Knights. Newton South having their way with Boston Latin, 49-20. Burton with 450 passing yards and 5 passing touchdowns for Newton South. Boys soccer scores from Friday. Brighton taking down South Boston 5-4. Ramos with the go-ahead goal for the Brighton Bengals. New Mission girls soccer team taking down Boston English 5-0. Costigan with 4 goals for the New Mission Lady Titans. Also soccer scores from the weekend. We got one more for you. Boston Latin on Saturday taking down Norwood 3-1. 3 of Boston Latin seniors had goals in that game. This week marked the start of league play across the city, with winners getting a leg up in the league standings. But with it still being September, there's plenty of games left to be played. That's going to do it for sports this week, folks. Be sure to come right back here next week for more on Boston Neighborhood Sports.